All right, the Dogs are going to start spring football. It is literally right around the corner, probably within 24 hours of the time that y'all are going to watch this. Georgia will be out there. We'll get Kirby Smart at 12 o'clock on Tuesday. That's the schedule, at least. Then we've got Pro Day on Wednesday. It's a busy week at Georgia. So, what should you be looking for as Georgia gets ready for a 2023 spring where they've been, there's not a lot of people that have come into national championship back to back, defenses. Uh, if you want double dogs, if you want confetti with double dogs, you better get it today. If you don't order it by 11:59 Wednesday, we're out. I mean, I'm not doing it anymore. It's just, I don't know if we're going to run out or not, but I'm over the confetti. So the 15th, if you haven't ordered by 11:59, you're done. It's not going to happen. So I think the thing for Georgia to watch is a couple of things. First of all, we've not seen a quarterback competition at Georgia in the spring since 2016. That was Kirby's first year. And that was the year that was Grayson Lambert, Jacob Eason, and Bryce Ramsey. So that was going to go to Jacob at some stage in the season. I think we all kind of understood that, but we haven't had a true quarterback competition since then. Jacob had a really good G Day. Ramsey probably had the second best G Day, and Lambert had the worst. But Lambert came into the fall as a starter, and then of course gave way to Jacob in the second game. So G days only mean so much, as we all should know by now. Certainly know over time. I think the thing to watch. This is what I try to do. I do this all the time. I've said this. I've said this a lot. Um, I'm not sure if people hear me when I say it or not. The number one thing you need to look at the first time you see a team, and that's in the spring and then in the fall, is there's one basic question. That question is, can this offensive line win this team the league? And I can already tell you the answer to that question at Georgia, and it is yes. This offensive line can win them the national championship. This offensive line can, um, you know, get them where they need to go. And it's a powerhouse bunch. I've talked about that quite a bit. So step one is looking at the offensive line. Matt DeBerry wrote on Dog Post today. When you're going over to dogpost.com, make sure you're checking that out. If you're just watching these videos, you're not getting the whole experience of Dog Post. So go to dogpost.com today. Sign up for the newsletter. Actually, the link for the newsletter is down below, just below the link for Double Dogs. So one thing that we talk about at the site this week were the big guys, obviously offensive line. And then secondly, Matt took a look at the defensive line and, who's coming back, how is this going to work, etc. And, his point is, I'm going to try to get it up on the screen here, is this Georgia defensive line is legit. He's saying Georgia Bulldog defensive line could be the key to a possible three-peat. And he goes on. I'm not going to sit here and read you all of this stuff, but he sits there talking about Warren Brinson, Tyron Ingram, DAWGS, Zion Logue, Nazir, everybody that's coming back on this line. This is a good defensive line. They lose Jalen Carter. That's going to hurt. They lost Trayvon Walker last year. They lost, Jordan Davis last year. They're going to lose. In a period of 2 years, they're going to lose 3 first-round defensive linemen. I don't know. I don't consider Nolan Smith a defensive line as a linebacker, but in your core group of front guys, you're losing not just one, you're using or 2 or 3. You're losing multiple people that are in your front 7 to the first round of the NFL draft. So those 2 spots are going to be that's where you start. That's where you start your program. I mean, if you don't have big guys, it's just not going to work. And that's something that Georgia's got now. That schools like for instance, Clemson, they have regressed on that front. LSU, they lost that over time, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. So these are programs that, if you want to be where Georgia's at, I think Alabama's regressed a little bit on the defensive side of the ball, at least with the big guys. So if you want to be where Georgia and Alabama have been lately, you got to have the big guys. Everybody's going to focus on quarterbacks this spring. We will too. I can assure you, we will give you more quarterback than you could possibly need. But uh, you know, I just don't know. There's a couple things about the quarterbacks. I'm going to have to sneeze in a second. A couple things about the quarterbacks. First of all, we don't know when this decision is going to get made. It's probably going to get made in the fall. Number one. Number two, the rain is helping with the pollen. It's not the pollen is still out here to compete. I'm gonna let you know that right now. We don't know when this is gonna kind of end. Um, but as much as someone's gonna have to win this job, someone's gonna have to beat Carson Beck out. And that's gonna be tough to pull off. I think that all three quarterbacks have a particular skill set that makes them dangerous. Carson has a very good ability with his arm. There might not be a better athlete on this team than Brock Vandagriff. I'm just telling you what it is. And then Gunnar Stockton, I think, fully and completely understands how to play quarterback. And I think we saw with Stetson Bennett that matters. So you've got three quarterbacks who are all are they are this is a race to see who the most qualified person is going to be for this job. So that's really those are big things. And then there's Georgia. There's plenty of going to be off the field stuff that is going to consume time. Off the field includes, can they win another national championship? I mean, the discussion of that. You've got, the arrests that have happened lately, just too many arrests, period. And then finally, the tragedy that happened in January. Um, all of those things are going to make for a challenging situation for this Georgia team entering a 2023 where they are certainly going to have everyone's best shot coming their way. I mean, it's just what it is. They've been getting that for a while. Georgia needs to get used to people coming after them. And now I know Kirby's rhetoric, and I get it on that front. I like that mindset, the hunter thing. That's good. That's a good thing. But people are hunting you too, and to say we will not be hunted. Well, whatever. I mean, it's just not based in reality. Everybody in the SEC has got guns, and everybody's out there ready to fire away. It's just that Georgia's got a lot more ammo than everybody else. So this is obviously not literal, but figurative. And so I think that this program is in position to win the national championship. They will be the favorite, no matter how much they talk about them being underdog. We got like, hey, let's not do this whole thing, okay? Like you're Georgia. This isn't Auburn or some fly by night situation. You're Georgia. You should win national championships, and this underdog thing, you're lying to yourself. I'm talking to the team. You're lying to yourself. And I'm talking to the program. I'm talking about the University of Georgia's athletic department. None of y'all are underdogs, period. Men's tennis, whoever it may be, you are not underdogs. You should win at Georgia. And that's just what it is. So football, no question, should win. And I mean, I don't know that I expect them to win the national championship. I expect them to be in the playoff though. And I don't know what this season holds moving forward because well, we're so far away from it. We're 3 months and not quite 6 months away from it. And Alabama will completely be ready to party, and so will LSU. And so winning the league, I don't know. That's going to be challenging for Georgia. Frankly, that's going to be challenging for anybody in the league. So we're starting. This is baby steps. And, we'll have all the coverage you need. Make sure you're signing up for the newsletter. That's down below. We'll see you on the website. Thanks for watching.